Good evening, this is K4PEW, net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Hold on one second. There we go. I'm watching me be silly here. Where am I going to start? Oh, yes, sorry. I caught a little late here. Anyway, my name is Paul, K4PEW. Is there any emergency or party traffic? Didn't think so. Been sitting here for a while. This net may be broken any time for emergency. Just call 911. But first, before you call us, if you're able, and if not, tell us where you are, what the problem is. For information on this net tonight, you can go to YouTube right now and see a screen on our, well, you can see me and the screen on my analog meter. You can also go to 146415.net for information on Simplex. You can go to groups.io for sign up for the email system or see our net schedule. The email system is just to support the net and Simplex. And that's if you have questions, and even answers if there's some asked. You can also get the reminders about all the local nets, at least for Wilson County, the pertinent nets. Most of them are Simplex. A couple of them are repeater nets for Wilson County. Also, you can go to, also that's it. Put MJSS in the search block. And YouTube, put in my call, K4PEW. That would get you on there. You can also send an email to me, or, and it's an or, not also, at K4PEW@ARRL.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, as we've been prone to do since, I don't know what year that was, 2014. No. Yeah, 2014. Yeah, that's right, 2014. September 24th. I had to think about it for a second. Math's not too good in my head. And we conduct a net, at least we started on 146.415, 146.415 FM. And tonight we're moving on to 446.415 FM, and then on to 28.415, and then on to 223.415. So this is net number 1122, and we'll be taking check-ins first from people short on time, mobile, or first-time check-ins. So let's begin. All right, either I'm not getting out, or we don't have any of those. All right, well, let's start taking check-ins from the west then. Please come now. Hey, what you doing there, Don?
Hopefully my audio is better tonight.
It is better. Not fantastic, but I can fully readable.
I think it's on your end. I've had no problems, but I think I do have a dirty contact microphone switch, so I haven't set to the primary and just swapping the cables around the radio, so hopefully that you can hear it until I get some contact cleaners there.
Yeah, I think I've got some noise locally because it doesn't really sound like it's coming from you. Yeah, very good. You cooking up anything special for July 4th?
Dude, I got a 10-pound pork butt, 4 racks of ribs, some pork belly that I'm doing burnt-in style, barbecue baked beans, corn on the cob, potato salad, macaroni salad, German chocolate cake, did I say corn on the cob, and apple pie.
Is 102nd Airborne showing up? Is that the deal? Oh, so you got the same legs I got.
Yeah, they're pretty wobbly, but it's done. And that's one project off the list for retirement. So that's done, and now I got to work on the other ones once I find a new gig.
Well, very good. You got any good prospects out there?
61-year-olds old in IT near the end of my career. Yeah, you do the math on that one, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll get some content. Well, I'll take anything this time. I just need some kind of job with healthcare to get me through till
Yeah, I guess that's always their concern when they see somebody that age. I was in the same boat. That's why I just decided to go ahead and retire. But what was I going to tell you? Oh, yeah. What they forget, though, I think, is that some of the best minds are the ones that have been working for 40 years in the industry.
Yeah, I've seen stuff that nobody else has never seen before. And it still happens. It's still out there. But we'll find it. Actually, I'll find it easy at some point. I've only technically been unemployed for a month now. Yeah, it's going on. Just a month. But that last gig only lasted 3, and I told that boss, you were the sun don't shine, I literally quit on the spot. I'm too old for this crap, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that's not always the best path, but it sounded like you did the right thing for yourself. Well, very good, Don. Anything else? Oh, very good. Glad to hear it. Well, very good. That was Don, November 4 Delta, Juliet Tango. He's in Bon Aqua. Decent signal. I think I got some noise locally, and I'll find out more about that as the net goes on. Who else is from the West?
Golf 4, India Lima Victor.
Hey, Jack. Anything good going on over there?
I got to do a little yard work. Got to work in the garden a little bit today.
Man, it was cooking out there today again.
Yeah, it felt good, though.
Yeah, for a while. I mean, you probably can't stay. Well, maybe you can, but I try not to stay out in the yard any longer. Well, without any protection, I'll put it that way. Yeah, for more than 30 or 40 minutes because the sun was blistering.
Yeah, I didn't get burned or anything, but anyway, thanks for doing the net, Paul. I'll let somebody else check in, and see you on the next one, KG4 ILB.
Yeah, very good. That's Jack. He's in Donaldson, in Nashville, Davidson, Taxation County. Of course, we're headed in that same direction. They said they were going to announce a 400% increase in property taxes. I go, okay, good. Who else is, that was Jack, by the way, Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Who else is West? Nobody else West? All right, down to the South. Hey, you're home. How's it going?
Unpacking, washing, mowing grass.
Yeah, very good. How much time did you get to spend over there on the Canadian side?
2 days, 2 full days, and I know you saw stuff I posted, or as you think of it, home movies.
Nah, they were pretty good though. I liked them. I've never been down in their whatever they're calling it, Cave of the Winds, or I've never been on that one. I was on the American side one.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, everything is pretty much duplicated on both sides, but I think the Canadian side was better. I mean, we were within, 15, 20 feet of the Canadian Falls coming over the edge.
Oh yeah, oh it's the yeah. Oh, you mean on the surface up on top?
Surface, in the cave, the Cave of the Winds, yeah, all of that, yeah. I mean, you could just, you could almost, they hit barriers up so you couldn't just, get stupid with it, but you were probably within 10 feet of it.
Yeah, no, they have that same behind the falls thing over there on the American side as well. And the reason you can't get that close to the American Falls is because way back in, I forget what year it was, 60, 65, 62, I don't remember. Part of that thing fell in when there was no tourists standing there, and they had to move the rails back.
Yeah, well, that surprised me none, but the thing that struck me, and you know how you see people on TV, and when you actually meet them, they're shorter or smaller or fatter or whatever. I got there thinking these falls were just going to be just gigantic, and they weren't as tall as I had them in my mind.
That's funny. Yeah, you exaggerate in your mind in lots of ways. Even the one that's most often that I hear used is that people go home after they left home, like when they're 18 or 19, and then they come back 10 years later and they go, the house looks a lot smaller than I remember it.
Oh, yeah, I was that way in my grammar school.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, but it's still a thundering. Well, you see what you guys, the new people who go there, are missing out on something that we didn't miss out on. There was, I don't know how much the total was, but I'm willing to say that there was 50% or better more water going over the falls when I was a kid. I could hear it from my house 5 miles away.
Oh yeah, and they and numerous times different people made a point of the fact that they've reduced the flow greatly, to increase their power generation, basically, and B, to preserve the erosion of the falls.
Yeah, well, hate to break it to you, but it's all going toward the reservoirs for the power project. There's no other good reason. And the end result is it protects the, it reduces the erosion.
Yeah. Anyway, but we're back, and like I said, you and anybody else who wants to go out there can see my pictures and videos and stuff I posted, and see us out there in our little blue raincoats getting soaked to the bone. Anyway, there we go. KF4, KFQ.
Yeah, very good. That's Tony, KF4, KFQ. Just made a trip up to I didn't ask him about the Hall of Fame, Football Hall of Fame, or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He went to both of those. We'll have to do that on the next net. That was Tony, KF4, KFQ, and he's in Smyrna. Who else is south? Hey, Larry, you doing any good? All right, very good. Got anything for the net? Yep, that's Larry, KE4SYV. He's in Rockville, and he does the he does the D-Star net, 7:15 on Saturdays. So be there on 146-460. Simplex. All right, who else is south? South or east?
KM4YRF.
Hey, very good. What you doing, Mike?
Well, not much. Made it through work today. I got home. I had to work on the pool a little bit and choke some groceries down my neck and get ready for the net.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something bad or really good. Those are just routine things.
Yep, that's all I get to do anymore is just routine.
Yeah, I ended up going to the dentist today and had a little, I'll call it oral surgery, but it wasn't really terrible.
Oh man, and you're still doing the net?
Oh yeah, well you got to get liquored up for these events, you know.
Yeah, I checked Signal to see if I had a message to do the net.
Now I thought about it, but I'm doing well. It's they actually had to pull a tooth, and the tooth was being reluctant, and they had to do some cutting. I guess I don't know. I didn't feel it, and because it didn't want to come out. It was really fun. It took probably 40 minutes.
Did they have to get the big hammer out?
Yeah, to knock me out.
Oh man. Well, I tell you what, man. I'm glad you made it through it okay.
Oh yeah. You know what they say, man. An ordinary man couldn't put up with it, you know.
Yep, I hear it. I've still got some of that to go through myself.
Oh yeah. Well, it only gets worse as time goes on, I think. And then you don't have any teeth left.
Yeah, mine's not teeth. Mine is my back.
Yeah, I'm with you. Unfortunately, I haven't had any. Well, I've had issues, but none requiring. I've had, I got arthritis in my back, and I had cracked vertebrae in my neck due to that accident with the car and the bicycle. But other than that, I'm fine. I don't have any real debilitating things. I'm sorry you have to go through that back thing, man. That's lots of problems not lots of problems. Lots of precautions when you have to have back surgery.
Yep, I tell you, I'm looking forward to it though. That might sound strange, but I'm just what I'm going through right now is probably going to be worse than the surgery.
Yeah, I imagine it is. I know when I've had issues, it's such a pain doing. I'll call it. It's almost like it is a handicap because you're afraid to do anything really dramatic with it, and I don't know. It's just awkward. Anyway, I hope it goes well for you, though.
Well, you'll know that it's worse if Jack's giving me a piggyback on Saturday morning.
He's going to have to get a bigger cane.
I hear that. That's all back to net control.
No, so he can hit you with it. Then he can drag you.
Oh, that's right. It does have a crook on it.
Very good. That is Michael, KM4YRF. He's here in Mount Juliet. He does the net for me when I'm not here, or I'm sick, or I'm gone, or whatever. And he's anyway, here in Mount Juliet. Who else is east?
And for RTR.
And for RTI, how you doing tonight?
Just fine. Wait until tomorrow being the unofficial Friday. And not much else. Had a neighbor come by, help me prune my cherry tomatoes and jalapenos. They are starting to show out. That's pretty much it.
Ah, very good. Do you do anything special with the jalapenos?
Well, tonight I made some homemade sauce, but there's also cilantro going out there. Man, that's about it. Later on, I hope to smoke a bunch of them and dry them out and make some homemade chipotle. That's about it.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah, I've always liked those little peppers.
Absolutely. These ended up being the Goliath jalapenos. I mean, these things are almost as big as poblanos. It's crazy.
Wow. I'll give you a quiz, but I don't know if it's the right thing to say it's a quiz. Did you ever? I ask you this question. Did you ever go to Church's Fried Chicken?
Churches, good Lord, I haven't been to there since I hung out in Florence, Alabama, which has been probably 8-9 years ago.
Okay. Do you remember what they used to advertise the jalapenos as that came with their dinners with the chicken?
Wait a minute, ask that one more time, sorry.
They would say that there was something about jalapenos, about them in their menu item or in the store, about what jalapenos did.
I'm drawing a blank on that one, unfortunately.
Said they contained more vitamin C than an orange.
Well, if that's the case, I have my surplus of vitamin C. I am eating the mess out of those things.
Oh, I used to love Church's Fried Chicken. I really did. Because they had, if you remember, they had corn on the cob all the time, and they had chicken all the time. They had the jalapenos. I don't even remember what else. Those were the two things I loved, or three things.
Absolutely. I mean, this, Louisiana based, I'm always more spicy, more vinegar-based stuff, so this is right up my alley. Anything that's jalapeno-based, Creole-based, spicy stuff, sign me up.
Yeah, they had, if you remember, they were one of the other guys that changed their name, so it didn't sound like it was fried. So it got changed to Church's Chicken.
That makes sense.
Yeah, well, you remember Boston Chicken did that too. It used to be called Boston. No, I forget what it said now. That one, I don't even know if that place still exists, but they changed their name to accommodate so it didn't sound so unhealthy.
Well, these days, it's so eating out. I've enjoyed doing my own steak and fried chicken at the house. Good Lord, I can't brush my face those anymore. Every day, those I try to expense it by taking a client out to lunch or something like that. Anyway, I don't want to take up too much of the time on the net here, but glad everybody's doing good, and I guess I'll leave it at RU73 to everybody. Hope everyone has a safe and fun 4th.
Yeah, very good. That's Wes, Whiskey 4 Romeo Tango Romeo in Lebanon. Yeah, just as expensive. We actually, my wife and I went out yesterday or day before yesterday. I won't tell you where, but we had I had a stromboli, which was very good, and she had part of a pizza. Took the rest home. Just a cheese pizza, stromboli, and 4 garlic knots, which I'm sure you know what garlic knots are, and 2 Cokes. The bill came to, without a tip, $70. So yeah, it gets expensive out there these days. Who else is east? W4DBY. I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name.
That's all right. It's Whiskey Alpha 4 Delta Bravo Yankee, and the name's Ed.
It was. Would you say Ed? Is that correct?
Yeah, Eddie Echo Delta Delta India Echo.
Okay, very good, Eddie. And where are you located?
Located in Sugg Street.
Ah, okay, very good, very good. It's been a while. I know we've talked to you before, but it's just been a while.
Yeah, I hadn't been on in a little while, so I was talking to M4KWT Wes, and he and I were on 6 meters, and he mentioned the net, and I thought, well, I'll tune down here and listen a little bit. Then I thought I'll throw a check in then, so all good. Hope you're doing well.
Oh yeah, doing great. Summer's here. It's like I used to say when I lived in Florida for over 3 decades. What I love about summer is fall is next.
Okay, real good. Well, I surely enjoyed the spring. It was kind of a wet spring, but a little cooler, and it was nice to have some days that actually felt like spring weather, so that was good this year. But other than that, just enjoying the holiday to come here, and playing a little bit of radio.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I can tell. I haven't looked at the weather. I look at the weather periodically, but I swear this is the wet. I've been here. This is the 14th year, and this is the wettest weather that I've ever seen in Tennessee so far for a spring. That much rain. I don't think there's another in the last 14 years. It can't be higher than that. Because man, this is the best the grass has ever grown in my yard.
Yeah, real good. Well, I've had to fight the grass here too. I've been at least mowing it once a week, and sometimes have to cheat and decrease that number. So, but it's the dog days of summer now, so I'm hoping that it'll start to slow down.
We'll be all right. Well, we've survived all these winters and summers, all these years. We'll get back through this one as well. Anything else for the net there, Eddie?
No, not a thing. Oh, I would like to mention we have a net on 144.200 at 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings for anybody who's sideband that would be interested in that. It's an alternate net control that rotates around Middle Tennessee, so anyone that would like to be involved in it, more welcome to come. It's 144.200, and that's at 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, okay, very good. I was going to ask you what the time was because I didn't jot it down. But very good. Did you get many participants?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Do you get many people checking in?
Yeah, we do. Matter of fact, one of the net controls is 60 miles from me in Van Buren County, WS4JMJ, and so it's good and wide, so it gives us an opportunity to pull a lot of folks in from different places.
No, well, as you I've already realized, and if you hadn't already, is that sideband gets out awful good compared to FM.
Oh yeah, I've been doing it about at least 45 years anyway, maybe even 50. But all good, and anybody that might have that capability that would like to join, more welcome to have them. Yeah,
very good. We do a on Saturday nights we do a 2-meter upper sideband net. Yeah, that's what we do. We've also done, as I recall, I think we did at least once. We did the 70 centimeters upper sideband, and it's a lot of fun because actually upper sideband on 2 meters. I would contend makes a better emergency frequency than 2 meters FM.
Well, it certainly covers a lot of area, and the big thing that kind of slows folks down is you've got a beam and the guy's on the back side of your beam, so you didn't hear him. But if somebody's pointing towards you, they hear him. So it kind of works its way out. It does okay. Yeah,
very good. Well, very good. That was Eddie, Whiskey. Is it Whiskey Alpha 4? I wrote it down, kind of funny. Delta Bravo Yankee, and he lives over near Suggs Creek, with a big good signal, by the way. And by the way, there is a net for those of you who might not be able to hear him. He does a net every 80. There is a net. I don't think he's the only one, of course. He does a net 8 a.m. on Saturdays. Every Saturday, 144.200 and upper sideband. 144.200 upper sideband. Of course, if you were on FM, you'd notice. But anyway, that's 8 a.m. every Saturday on upper sideband. Very good. I'll have to make sure if I can get up on Saturday mornings that early, I will. I normally to sleep a little later than that, but that'd be worth getting up for. All righty, who else is east?
KN4ERI Mobile, short on time.
Okay, that's 2 categories. How you doing?
Hey, good. I just headed out to dinner. I figured I was on the way. I tried to check in before I got there. How are you doing tonight, Paul?
Doing pretty good. I'm still, well, it's not terrible, but I had some dental work done today that involved a tooth being pulled and a little bit of surgery involved. And I was wondering if I was going to do the net, but it's fine.
Yeah, Roger, I heard you talking about that. Well, what a champ. You made it through that and still did the net. That's pretty impressive there.
No, it's not too impressive. It isn't really that bad. I was suspecting it might be worse, but it isn't. I was shocked. It's fine. I mean, it's a little bit of discomfort, but not, really nothing serious. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
Right on. Well, that's awesome. And one of these days, we still got to get to the old GMRS when we get around to that.
Oh yeah, no, I have been remiss even this week, even though I seem to have everything I need. And in fact, I've got the radio hooked up to do the programming, and I got to do that cut and paste thing to get it rolling.
Roger that. All right, cool. Well, let me know when you're ready. We can do testing. But good to talk to you there, and the net. Wish everybody 73, and have a great 4th of July, everyone. This is Eric, KN4ERI, back to net. Yeah,
very good. That was Eric. He's mobile, but he's in Goodlettsville normally. Might be there now. KN4 Echo Romeo India. Yeah, this is supposed to be a heavily traveled 4th of July, so everybody who's traveling, please drive. Can't fly safely unless you got your own plane, but it's going to be a busy one, they tell me. It's the busiest ever. Who else is east or north? East. We're staying with east.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Paul, Rick is mobile coming back from Clarksville, so please check him in.
I will check in KN4 TJF. That is his call, isn't it?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, he's a busy man.
Well, he had some a car he had to go and pick up from the shop in Clarksville.
Oh wow, that's a little bit of stretch for him, isn't it?
Well, he has a connection in Clarksville.
I got you. Well, very good. Appreciate the check-in. I was checking in remotely. Actually, not through a relay. That's KN4 TJF. That's Rick. He's normally in Ashland City. He wouldn't be able to check in mobile very well. Who else is east? East or north? Very good. How you doing, Wes?
Doing good. Things are good in Possum Town. The tomatoes aren't that good, though, but earlier the other Wes was talking about peppers. Our peppers are doing probably the best. I made the comment, I think we're just going to stick with peppers next year. No, all's going good. Grass is growing.
What kind of peppers? You talking about jalapenos or other kind of peppers?
We've had great luck with banana peppers. So much so, like I said, that we just... I was writing down a list of peppers we could grow. You know, jalapenos, poblano peppers. I've never done those. So anyway, that's... I guess if we're talking about peppers here, things are going good.
Yeah, well, I'm confident. Well, no, I guess there's some things might do well, not do well with as much rain as we had, but it sure would help any of the things like water, any of the water, water-dependent products like watermelon and cantaloupe and peppers and stuff like, and tomatoes particularly.
Tomatoes have done poorly. I will say that cucumbers, we have cucumbers at our ears, which has been good. Anyway, back to net control. Everything's good here in Possum Town, KE4TW.
Yeah, very good. That was Wes in Possum Town, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India, with the peppers report. Who else is east or north?
Fort July.
Hey, Danny, anything good?
I just sat here listening to the net, watching a movie.
Anything good?
About that, what is it, hidden numbers or something? Yeah, hidden figures. About the first space launch.
Oh, okay. I have seen that. That's right. I forgot the name of it. We had, speaking of movies, we went to see a movie, my wife and I, June, and Monday nights here in Providence, they have a $5 mystery movie. In other words, it's a first-run movie. Usually it's being run before it's regularly introduced. So we've had a couple of them that we caught, and they were decent movies. And then we got wind that the mystery movie was, what's that one about prehistoric animals at the park? What was that? Forgot the name of it.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it was Jurassic Park, the newest rendition of Jurassic Park. I said, nah, do not want to see that movie. Because when we got there, somebody told us it was Jurassic Park, because they don't advertise what it is. So I said, no, we're not going to go. So we watched another movie, which I don't even want to tell you maybe I should tell everybody, because it was one of the worst movies. And we paid full fare for that one. You end up blowing, $30 to see it or whatever it is.
Oh my goodness.
Would have been, but we just said, man, we should have watched Jurassic Park for $5.
Oh, that'd been good.
I guess so. I just don't. The reason I don't. It's my personal. Everybody has their personal preferences, but mine is, I would rather have a good storyline and good character development, that kind of stuff, rather than CGI and AI and all this stuff. I'm not amazed by that stuff. It just looks stupid to me after a while.
Oh, okay.
Hey, hold on, Danny. You had a comment? Who was that? Carlin?
Yeah, ask him how close that airplane was to where he lived over there that went down today.
I take it you heard that, Danny.
No, I didn't.
Oh, that was Carlin. He said how close that airplane did. How close did that airplane get to coming down near you?
I guess it's over on 25, probably about 3 miles.
Oh, it's been a ways away, 3 miles away. So everybody, well, nothing else got hit, did it?
I don't really know the details.
Oh, okay, very good. I didn't even hear about it. I haven't had the TV or radio on all day. Well, very good. Anything else for that, Danny? I'm glad you're doing okay.
All righty. No, that's it. I'll catch you on the next one. Get it for joining.
Very good. That's Danny, Kilo Delta 4 Golf, Oscar November. Anyway, $5 movie is awesome, because actually, if we're on if we go to find a movie we like that's on, I have Amazon Prime, so a lot of the movies are free. But sometimes one of the better movies you got to pay for, and it's like $3.75, and you think, well, that's almost free. I'd rather pay $3.75 than $30 for the both of us. Anyway, I guess I'm sounding like a cheap old codger. That's what it is. That was Danny in Station Camp, Kilo Delta 4 Golf, Oscar November. Who else is north?
Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Mike India.
Hello, Dan. What's up?
Oh, just up here in the frigid north. I mean, it's been really cold up here north.
Yeah. Well, is the glaciers coming approaching the house?
The glaciers are they're imminent. It's terrible.
Yeah. Where I grew up in my hometown on the Niagara River, it's if you had a particularly hard winter, and I only remember this happening a few times, or maybe not even a few, maybe it was a couple, because the ice would be so thick on the Lake Erie, the lake, it's just prior to the river, you would still have ice coming down, a lot of ice coming down the river in the middle or late June.
Yeah, we'd have our neighbors would send us pictures of them out on the ice and stuff like that. We're like, oh man, you need to come south.
I don't know. I never minded it. When you grow up in that environment, you don't even give it much thought, because it's so much fun in the winter when you're a kid, in the winter wonderland, I'll call it.
Yeah, I did like when I was up there. I did like ice skating in the wintertime on the lake. That was kind of cool.
Oh wow, yeah. I don't know if I skated on some ponds and some made up ponds in people's yards. I even made a skating rink in my backyard, and it wasn't any bigger than, we talk about silly. It was about 20 feet wide, if that, and maybe about 20 feet long. So I had a 20 by 20 skating rink. Not much room to play around.
Yeah, the problem with the lake is sometimes you get like cliffs you got to go over. It's just all of a sudden there's this big, huge, like a step, and you got to be careful.
Yeah, well, yeah, playing around on ice is it's dangerous. It's also very dangerous, because you never know what's thin and what's not.
Yep, I understand. Yep, I was there.
Yeah, very good. And where was that?
Oh, well, up in Indiana, and then friends of ours would have that on Lake Ontario. They'd get out there, and suddenly they have to go up a cliff.
Oh, Lake Ontario. That's one big dangerous lake, I'll tell you.
Oh yeah. We'd have they'd have pictures in there, little kids out there. We went out there one winter time and decided not to go back there.
Well, in days past, I can't tell you when it stopped, but they used to have cars drive out on Lake Erie to go ice fishing.
Oh yeah. When we were in Indiana, we'd have our neighbor had like a four-wheeler, and he'd take the kids out there, and they'd all get on
Dangerous though, I think it is kind of dangerous, especially with a car, vehicle out there. But most of the people who go out there know where the ice is thick and where it isn't. In Lake Erie, it's relatively shallow, so it freezes pretty thick.
Yeah, yeah. You know, when you got feet of ice, it's not much to worry about.
No. But I've been on thin ice before, and it ain't cool.
Yeah, I don't go on thin ice.
Very good. Anything else, Dan?
No, thanks for the net.
Very good. That's Dan. Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Mike India. He's in what do you call it? The name escaped me for the moment there. I forgot the name of it. You live in where?
Hendersonville, right across the lake.
Oh, that's right. How could I forget Hendersonville? Anyway, Henderson, yeah, it is right across the lake. Just escaped. I mean, just blew by my brain there for a minute. Anyway, that's Dan in Hendersonville. Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Mike India. Who else is north?
WV0NOO.
Hey, Mark. When you were up north, did you do similar things?
Yeah, I did. We used to take a car out on Lake Tippecanoe in northern Indiana, and it was always fun. We actually take several cars out there, and you could do a donut and go for about 2 miles.
And wow, I'm not familiar with the lake. Was it pretty big? I take it.
Yeah, I mean it's not a huge lake, but it's a good sized lake.
Yeah, that's neat. Did you guys do fishing on that lake as well?
You know, we did in the summer. Sitting on ice waiting for a fish to bite is just not something I was interested in doing, and still not.
No, I didn't do any ice fishing. I had fished in the winter though, and it is death-defying because it's hard to bait hooks and mess with your gear when you got no gloves on.
Yep. But in my little hometown, we had several gravel pits, and they would freeze. And we had a little Briggs and Stratton motor hooked to a water pump, so we'd go out and drill a hole in the ice and pump water up on top, so we'd have a nice smooth surface to skate on. And I mean, it would last a couple of months. That was the hot thing to do, the cold thing to do.
Yeah, that makes sense because when ice freezes on a lake due to the wind and other things, it doesn't freeze smooth.
No, it doesn't. It's pretty rough. But anyway, we played hockey with a curved stick and a tin can and whatever else we could find. But oftentimes there'd be 15, 20 kids out there.
Yeah, my stupidest memory of trying to ice skate was there was a lot that is now covered by an interstate, but it was a huge lot. It had nothing on it that I remember. I don't even remember why. It was in a residential area, but it was a very, very big area. But water would settle usually from snow melting, and then it would refreeze, and so there'd be ice over a great part of this lot. And you would try to ice. We did. We'll go ice skating over there. Well, ice skating in a place that's got grass still stubbed up through the ice. So sometimes there was a little bit of mud, a little bit of grass sticking up there, and you'd hit that with your skate. It's like putting on the brakes on a car. You would just you go straight into your face into this ice.
Oh yeah, I've done that. But anyway, that was a long time ago. I would hate to think what I would look like on ice skates nowadays.
Yeah, we don't. I'd like to think I'd do great. I'd be like a figure skater, not exactly, but I used to have a lot of fun ice skating. I really did. We had a local rink in our neighborhood, and that was open every year. And it was we loved it. It was just great. I'd have to walk about a mile, the easiest way to do it is I just take my hockey skates and throw them over my shoulder and walk a mile down the railroad tracks because that was a nice shortcut because it went straight down there, and all the lights be on at night in the winter and be with all your buddies. It was great fun.
Yeah,
Well, those were the days, as they say. But anyway, we're not going to get that down here, and that's just fine. But anyway, I don't have anything else, so thanks for doing the next. I'll check in on, what are we doing next? 440?
Yeah, 446, 415. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm not going to be ice skating anytime soon, but I was shocked growing up where I did, and knowing all the professional hockey teams were all in the north, and then when they expanded the league and it went to Miami and Tampa and I think Orlando and Atlanta, and I go, holy mackerel, those people actually want to see this stuff. I thought it was funny. Anyway, that was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar. Who else is where I was? West. Yeah, north. That's where I was.
KD4VW.
Hello, Carlin. Everything good up in your sector?
Yep, so far so good.
Yeah, nice and hot up there too, I take it.
Oh, yeah. I went out to Portland, paid auto insurance. On the way back, I filled up a can of gas, so I'd be able to. I might wait till Friday and mow. I don't know. I was thinking about doing it tomorrow, but I might wait till Friday. Be one more day further down the road. So I got a can of gas. Wanted to make sure I had enough because I don't quite have a full tank, but it's not very full, not very far from being a full tank, And I thought, well, I know it's going to take a full tank to do the yard, so we ain't got the 5 gallons, so I'll have plenty. I'll get out there and either probably Friday and get out there and cut it. So I think they're saying rain Sunday or something like that. Some rain, so I don't know. Anyway, come on back and went up to Mike's up there and hit the deli up there from country fried steak, green beans, and fried okra. Brought that back to eat that for supper.
Yep, sounds good. Yeah, we don't need any more rain, but we're going to get it anyway.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to wait and see. I know eventually it's going to just quit raining, and then it's going to be hot and dry, but I don't know. Of course, that's kind of normal, but who knows? Maybe it'll just be a little rainy or something the rest of the year, but I kind of doubt it. Anyway, nothing you can do about it. It's going to either rain or be sunny.
Yeah, well, it's all good. You got to take the good with the bad. You know that. Anything else for the net?
Nah, don't guess so. I hope everybody's enjoying in the nest, and I guess everything's going okay with you. So anyway, I guess I'll hush up and back off and let somebody else get in there and check in. 84VW, turning it right back over to net control.
Yeah, very good. That was Carlin. He's in Angeltown, Bethpage area. And his call is Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. He had a good signal tonight, too. It was about S7, which was really good. Who else is north?
November 8, November Hotel Tango.
How you doing there, Hayes?
Yeah, pretty good. Some of my shipmates are coming up, fixing to go to Tullahoma for it's about 3 days to spend some time with them.
Oh, cool. Doing anything special in Tullahoma?
Probably just sit around drinking and maybe go out and do some more drinking. And then light some fireworks off. Hopefully don't blow our hands off.
Yeah, drinking and explosives don't mix that well, do they?
I've had a bottle rocket blow up in my face, but that's about it.
Yeah, the last time I actually messed with fireworks was with my youngest son, and we were sitting in the carport shooting off bottle rockets. It was great fun until one of them made a U-turn about 20 feet out and came right back at us.
Yeah, we used to shoot them at each other and light them off from our hands. And I don't think I'm going to be doing that anymore.
Well, I've seen you, so I know you still got all your fingers, so you must have done all right.
Yeah, I don't think a bottle rocket would do that. Now, the M80s, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, those will blow things up.
Yeah, roger that. But that's about it there. Going down there and then just playing gigs. Had a gig last. We had a gig Saturday and
not playing this next week. I'm playing the one after that. I'm trying to. Wish I was playing out more, but you know, it is what it is. But hey, I guess K4 PW. I guess I'll turn it back to net this November 8th, November Hotel Tango. It's nice hearing from you, my friend.
Yeah, it's very good, Hayes. Good to hear from you. Oh, it's 10 fingers. You still got 10 fingers after the youthful fireworks stuff. It's November 8th, November Hotel Tango, and he's in Hendersonville. Who else is north?
KO4OK.
Oh, man. 2 nets in a row. So what's wrong with you, man?
Really? I wasn't sure if I made it last week. How you doing tonight, young man?
Doing very good, but I'm pretty sure I'm older than you are.
Well, it's a matter of, yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
Well, it's no big thing. You can't. We have no control over what year we're born. Okay.
Yeah, thank goodness. Anyway, how's that going tonight, Paul?
Ah, very good. And that's doing fine. I didn't have my numbers written down here, but you're close to like that number. I don't know, 18 or 19, somewhere in that range.
All right, good deal. I just happened to, I'm heading home, and thought I'd see if I could catch you, and I did. It sounds like you're on the north side, so it works out good for me. I'm up at Yazoo, but heading home.
Yeah, we started from the west. But I was wrong. You were number 17. Well, very good. I'm glad you're doing well in the car. In Mobile, where are you right now?
I was over at Yazoo on the river there, and I'm heading back over on Gallatin Road. And yeah, I've got my next competition coming up, and that's in Louisiana. We're going to Mardi Gras. It's the Mardi Gras now.
Oh, boy. You mean during the Mardi Gras?
No, they call it the Mardi Gras Band, but it's in New Orleans, but they call it the Mardi Gras Band.
I take it you've been there before?
Yep, several times. I didn't go last year because of cancer crap, but I'm going this year and it should be fun.
Ah, very good. Yeah, New Orleans is an interesting place. It's not my favorite place, but it is interesting.
No, I agree with you. I agree, but it'll be fun. That's the 24th, I think it is. So that'll be a good competition, and I'm going to win. That's the whole point of me going down is to win this time.
Well, very good. Anything else for the net there, Roy?
No, Paul, just glad to give a little shout out. I hope everybody's having a good evening. Really nice out here tonight. Have a great day and a great night. KO4OKE, and I will be quick.
Very good. That's Roy, and he's mobile. KO4OKE. Does competitive dancing. Not. I don't think it's clogging, and I'm pretty sure it's not the barn dancing, but he does a lot of interesting things. Anyway, who else is north? Alrighty, we started with the west. So, anybody else checking in? Please come now.
KC4 TNQ Charles in West Nashville.
You must have missed the first call on west.
Yeah, I was doing my hell scrubber thing, and then I was trying to catch a couple of 13 colonies, and I figured I'd catch you later.
How long is that 13 colonies running?
Well, it started yesterday. I think it runs through about the 8th or somewhere in there, usually.
Oh, very good. I'm not sure everybody knows about that, but they have a 13 colonies event, and so you get 13. There's more than 13, or is there only 13 that qualify?
13 colonies plus France plus Great Britain and plus there's one other little city is Whiskey Mike 3 PE and.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting they include. I know they would have to include France and Great Britain, but it's funny because France and Great Britain were kind of mortal enemies at that time.
Yeah, but they were all part of a revolution, so that's why I guess they're involved.
Yeah, they ought to include Poland.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I mean, Casimir Pulaski was involved.
I have no idea who that is.
Casimir Pulaski? That's who the Pulaski, Tennessee's named after.
No, I had no idea. You'd have to ask my wife all about that kind of stuff.
No, Casimir Pulaski was a Polish. I'm not sure what his rank was. I don't remember now, but we even had the U.S. Navy had a submarine, a nuclear submarine named for him because of his notoriety of coming here to help with the revolution.
Yeah, like I say, that I had no idea. That's news to me.
Oh, you got to look it up. It's quite interesting because you never think about somebody from Poland coming over here to help out, especially in the 1700s.
Well, he must have felt the need to defeat Britain, I guess.
I don't know. I really don't know what his motivation was. I'd have to look that up myself. Anyway, I just thought it was neat. I thought it was interesting. We had a submarine named for a Polish general. I think he was a general.
And that was during the Revolutionary War, right?
Well, not the submarine. The submarine, it was commissioned in around 1960, and it got decommissioned 20 or 30 years later.
Yeah, I know, but the general, he was here during the Revolutionary War, right?
Oh, yes, exactly.
And he settled in Pulaski in Giles County.
No, I don't think he did that. I don't know what his demise was, where he was put or where he settled, but I'm pretty sure Pulaski, Tennessee is named after him because I can't think of another reason to call it Pulaski.
Yeah, because Tennessee wasn't even a state; it was still North Carolina at that time.
Oh, I knew it wasn't a state, but I didn't know it was part of North Carolina. That's funny.
Yeah, North Carolina was huge. Right after the it was one of the original colonies.
Yeah, I just find it interesting how the states develop because you look at a map and you go, well, that's pretty nicely laid out, so to speak. Everything's got real nice delineations of which state is which. But I cannot imagine the politicking when they got to doing all those lines. Yeah, go ahead, Don.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why we have Pulaski and Stephenville and Lafayette. Of course, you got people down here can't pronounce it, or you call it Lafayette, but it's Lafayette.
Hey, it's their city. They can call it anything they want.
They're all named after a Revolutionary War general.
Right. I'm with you. No, it is interesting. I don't know. I'm not going to understand the motivations really, but for a guy in Poland to come over here, but he did.
All right, well, y'all have a good night. I'm going to run in here and get me some supper because it's been a while and I'm getting hungry. So y'all have a good one. 7-3, KC4, change you.
Yeah, very good, Charles. Charles in West Nashville, Kilo, Charlie 4, Tango, November, Quebec. Anybody else west? Alrighty. We're in that territory again. Looking for dilly-dalliers, spuddlers, land lovers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackards, repeater chunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, moon occupied by aliens, and those that deny they're there. The moon, the backside of the moon's occupied by foreign nations, mining it for substances that we want, and all deniers of that as well. The flat earthers, flat earth deniers, the scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, and the all favorite end time survivalists. Anybody else?
Did you, Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Whiskey, did you get the shape-shifting lizard people in there?
Oh yeah, well you might be the first.
Yeah, I always say I'm gonna check in at regular time, and I just don't get to the radio in time.
Yeah, very good. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. For getting older and getting, you might have heard me earlier. Maybe you didn't. I had some pretty minor dental surgery today. We're removing a tooth.
Oh, that's always fun.
It's like a lot of things in life. It's the anticipation that hurts.
That's true, because once you get it out, it doesn't hurt anymore.
No, and I'm surprised. I mean, I had that out early this afternoon. I don't have any. It's a little bit sensitive, but it's no big deal. I mean, it really is not a big deal at all.
So, by the way, you were talking about the skating on the lake. I grew up on Lake St. Clair, which is between Lake Erie and Lake Huron. So I knew all about that ice skating on the lake stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, you learn early, really, living in that kind of thing where there's ice. You can't take chances with falling in. because it's not, you can't last very long.
Well, we always stay close to the shore because you get about a half a mile to three-quarters of a mile out from the shore in some places, and they were still running the ice breakers and breaking it up so ships could get through there, because Lake St. Clair is basically a wide delta. It's only like 20 feet deep in a lot of places, so they got to dredge it and keep it broken up for the ships to go through.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You know, they had, right where Lake Erie meets the Niagara River, where that outlet is, they actually have a boom that goes across there that contains the ice so it doesn't all go out. It doesn't create more of a mess downriver. I'm not sure the reason for that ultimately. I know they've been doing it. And we could always tell, though, when the boom got released, whenever they did it. You know, I don't remember when it was. It was in the early spring, and a lot of ice had come down the river.
Yeah, they kind of control it. There's a webcam I watched that's up in Port Huron, Michigan, which is where St. Clair River goes into Lake Huron. It's at the other bridge that crosses into Canada, the Deepwater or Blue Water Bridge or something like that. But you'll get a bunch of ice coming from Lake Huron, and it hits the St. Clair River, and it goes down to the first turn and just jams it up completely, and nothing gets through.
Oh, I'll bet. I've seen pictures, and I've never seen it myself, but the east end of Lake Erie, when the wind conditions are right and the weather conditions are right, it'll push all of the ice and create even more. It'll push it way up on the shore and just make a giant wall of ice and slush.
We had, I think it was probably not my last winter, but maybe the winter before I was in Michigan, we had that happen, and on Memorial Day weekend, there was still some piles of ice 2-3 feet tall on the shore.
Yeah, it's something else to see. I know one of those times when I was a child, we never had flooding problems, but we did have occasions like that when there was a lot of ice. It would just be pushed up into people's yards, the people that had riverfront property, but that didn't happen too often.
Yeah, I'll let them keep that cold weather. I've had enough of that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but you know, the nice part is you never have to mow in the winter.
No, but you got a shovel.
Yeah, I know. A shovel and or chip ice.
Well, I guess you got your problems no matter where you live, but hey, at least we don't have earthquakes and forest fires.
Yeah, I guess we never had any. In the city, we didn't have any forest fires. But anyway, anything else for the net there, Blair?
Nope, that'll do it.
Very good. That's Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Whiskey here in Mount Juliet. Anybody else out there?
Yeah, go ahead. K1 SPD.
Oh man, you should have come in right after the list.
I did, but somebody else stepped on me, I believe.
Ah, very good. Well, you're number 20. How are you doing tonight, Scott?
Hungry now that y'all talking about fried chicken and strombolis and cheese pizza.
Oh, I'm a sucker for all that stuff. I've told people for years, if I ate whenever I was hungry, I'd weigh 400 pounds.
Oh, I'm telling you, those are several of my favorite items right there. Right now, my Publix fried chicken is top notch.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can't name anything in their deli that isn't good.
You know, I'm back to buying their branded meats again in the deli instead of boar's head, mainly because it's $3 a pound cheaper.
Oh, is it really that much difference?
Yeah, even their beef bologna. Well, matter of fact, I haven't bought any cold cuts at Publix in a while. I've been going over to the BJ's Wholesale Club we got around the corner.
They have a pretty good deli?
It's very good. I get my meats and my cheeses there now.
Oh, I have a BJ's membership, and I've seen the stuff there, but I've never purchased anything.
Yeah, I went inside. Don't go inside that often, but I did go inside just to do some sampling of their deli one day, and I said, oh, I do like this, so I went ahead and bought what I needed then. But 9 times out of 10, we just do a drive-by, and they bring it all out to us.
You have a 50 over signal. I'm trying to imagine who broke over you.
Hold on 1 second. Had to tell my phone to shut up. I don't know. I don't know who you was talking to there. Maybe I just didn't key up fast enough and heard you.
Yeah, it was probably Blair, because he's not that far from me. He's a lot closer to me than you are.
Jeff on almost. That's the only thing I usually participate in every year. And I didn't even turn the radio on for field day, but I will do the 13 colonies.
Cool. Yeah, I think I might do that. I haven't done that in a long, long time. I'll have to give that a try this year. Anyway, that was Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Always checking in last. Well, most of the time. Anybody else checking in? Nobody wants to one up Scott?
What?
If somebody I just wonder if somebody wanted to one up you by being last.
Let them praise in their glory. There'll never be a standard such as myself.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I mean, a Renaissance man.
Carry on. Where are we going next?
446, 415.
Gotcha. K1S.
Very good. So that's where we're going in a second here, unless I hear differently from somebody else who wants to check in. All right, 446, 415. I think I still have this program on our radio. I forget. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Yeah, I did. I reprogrammed one of the channels here on 446, 415. I've only got 20 watts, so some of you are going to hear me a little weak. It's the 897D. Let's start from the where we're west. Please come now. Anybody west?
KG4 LV.
I had my foot stuck on the switch.
Yeah, I doubled with you.
Yeah, very good. That was Jack here in Donaldson. Kilo Golf for India Lima Victor. Who else is west? I think Greg must have taken down his antennas or his radio because he's normally in here right now. Anybody west or south?
K1S ready.
Ah, very good. We got Scott in Laverne, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Who else is south? Over to the east.
KM4YRF.
Yeah, you need to be on QRP to me. You just need to schedule it that way. That was Michael, KM4YRF here in Mount Juliet. Who else is east? Who was that? I can't hear it, Mike. I just heard a squelch breaking.
Blair.
Oh, it was Blair. He must be on an HT or something. Yeah, is he on an HT? And, well, I'll wait for you to answer me. I heard you a little bit that time. I heard the how was that.
Okay, now I got you on full power.
Is that on the HT?
No, actually I'm on my 50 watts.
Wow. Well, you're home?
I'm home and you're not coming in very well. I can understand you, but you really got a lot of bacon frying in the background there.
Yeah, I've only got 20 watts on this frequency on this radio. That's all it's ever had. Can't make it more unless I put an amp on it. Well, very good though. No, you sound good though. Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Whiskey. Are you hearing better than me, Michael? Do you know?
Oh yeah, he's like 20 over to me.
Okay. Well, it must be something just in the transmission between the two on this particular frequency. Well, very good. That was Blair, KO4 Sierra Whiskey here in Mount Juliet. Who else is west? Not west, east. East or north?
KG4 join.
Very good. We got Don. We got. I'll get it right in a second here. We got. Who is this? It's Danny. I'll get the names all muddled up here. It was Danny, Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November in Station Camp. Who else is north?
WB0NLO.
Very good. We got Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0NOO, big signal. Who else north? Well, there was a couple in there. Was there a Kilo Oscar station? Somebody else then.
Carlin.
Oh, Carlin. Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. Who else is north?
Kilo Quebec 4 Oscar Mike India.
Kilo Quebec 4 Oscar Mike India. That's Dan in Hendersonville. I remember where it was now. Who else is north? Anybody, any place? It's plenty. 70 centimeters, 9 is almost always the magic number. I don't know why. All right, we're going to go over to 28415, unless everybody's going to complain. All righty, we're going over to 28415. We'll see you there, K4PEW. This is Kilo 4, Papa Echo Whiskey with him on Juliet Simplex Radio. Now looking for check-ins on 28.415 from the, where were we starting? West. Please come now. Boy, it sounds pretty noisy. Anybody else west or south? K1 SPD. Got you in there, Scott. Does it sound noisy to you?
Sound like what?
Does it sound noisy? Okay, very good. That was Scott in Laverne. Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Who else is there? South? Ah, there you go. That was west, actually. KG4ILV. We got you in there, Jack, with a big signal. Who else is west or south? West or south? Over to the east?
KM4YRF.
All right, we got Michael in there. KM4YRF here in Mount Juliet. Who else is east? East again or north?
November 8, November Hotel Tango.
Very good. I hear November 8, November Hotel Tango, Hayes in Hendersonville. Who else? All right. We got a couple in there again. Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar Oscar. Who else? Yeah, again, there's a bunch of people up north. We got Danny in there, Kilo Delta 4, Golf Oscar November. He covered everybody up. Who else is north? All right, Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Mike India. Got you in there. That's Dan in Hendersonville. Who else? Anybody else north? Anybody, any place, anywhere? You copying anybody I can't copy, Mike?
Nope.
Oh, man, there's only 8. There's supposed to be 9. Don't you know that? All righty. We got 8 in there tonight on 28415, and we'll be going over to 223.415, so we'll see you there. All righty. K4PEW signing off and closing off the YouTube thingy.
73. I do not have 220.
All right, you got to go get some, man. All right, we'll catch you later, Hayes. Have a good night. I appreciate you being there.